want to talk about a few different Love After Lockup updates. First, starting off with Daonte. His 18-year-old girlfriend, Addy, announced that she is pregnant with his child the other day. And then Daonte's ex, Lindsey, actually went live and people were asking her what she thought about the pregnancy. And she said, I just wonder if Addy is going to stop smoking and drinking now that she is pregnant. Addy went live and addressed Lindsey's comments, and she said that she quit smoking the day she found out she was pregnant, and she quit vaping like a week prior to finding out she was pregnant. And she said that she last had a shot, like, I think the day or a few days before she found out she was pregnant. And she claims she's cut all of that out. She quit stripping and now she's just gonna stay at home until she has the baby. And then she reposted a comment that Lindsey left under another content creator's page talking about Daonte's girlfriend Addy being pregnant, and Lindsey said, all my flabbers are gasted. And Addy responded and she said, I've been nice, but now I got a problem with you. Did you stop smoking meth during your pregnancy? So Addy shared this screenshot and said, okay, you jealous jailbird. I'm not arguing with someone who can't even vote. And since you're worried about my pregnancy, did you stop smoking meth when you were pregnant with Miley? Oh, didn't think so. And Lindsey responded by posting a video of her getting in her car, and she showed herself going to vote. And she said, actually, felons can vote. I guess there's certain felonies if you have, like, I think it's like 23 or something like that, different felonies, that you have one of those, you can't vote. But she didn't have any of those felonies, so she claims she is able to vote. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I did not know that. I thought if you were a felon, that automatically made it to where you were unable to vote. And Daonte finally came out and spoke out on him having a baby on the way. He did a 2-part live earlier on Instagram and Facebook, and pretty much he just said, look, I know a lot of people got a lot to say about the age gap, and he says that he pretty much understands where people are coming from. And he was swearing up and down that him and Addy did not start talking before she was 18. He claims she reached out before she was 18, but he said that she would just reach out like every 9 months, and it was like a platonic friendship. Like, she would be like, hi, how you doing? It'd be over with that. And then he said that he really didn't entertain it because she was underage and he was still messing with Nicole at the time. And he claims that back towards the end of November of 2023, just a year ago, he claims he was still messing with Nicole at the time and messing with some other girl from New York. I actually remember when this happened, and Daonte even brought it up in his live. He actually reached out to me towards the end of last year, and he's like, yep, I'm talking to Nicole again. I got these pictures. I think I'm going to announce it. He was sending me all these pictures with Nicole. And I was like, are you sure, dude? Are you sure you want to post this? It's still early on, you know, because he's gotten excited in the past and posted pictures with Nicole. Then they would fall out and then he would just feel stupid. And so I was like, you know what? Maybe you should just keep that in the memories. Maybe you shouldn't post that. Give it some time. Thank God he didn't, because, like, within weeks to a month they weren't talking again, and he just felt like Nicole really wasn't taking him serious. So Addy ended up reaching out to him a few months after turning 18, and he claims that she would usually just message him, but this time she called him on Instagram and he got curious. He picked up the phone. She was upset with her boyfriend at the time and venting to him about her boyfriend. And Daonte encouraged her, like, look, if you're not happy, leave that relationship. And she did, and she went chasing after Daonte. And Daonte said they ended up getting together. He ended up announcing it, I think, in March of 2024. March of this year, he announced they were together. he ended up reaching out to me like a month before he announced they were together, but I didn't know about the age difference at the time. I knew they had an age difference, but I didn't know how big it really was, and I knew that he was kind of having reservations about coming forward with the relationship because he just had fears. And I thought he had fears just because, you know, he had announced so many different girlfriends the past year. It seemed like every other month Daonte was announcing a new girlfriend in 2023. And I guess it was really just because he was scared because of her age. But he claims his mom is supportive about him having a baby on the way. And he says that he's excited. He's going to be the best dad he can be. I know Daonte is going to be a good dad, but he was like, yeah, we weren't planning the baby. But I wasn't using protection. And if you're not using protection, I mean, you're not really doing anything to stop the baby from coming. So you really can't be surprised when you find out you're having a baby on the way. He's like, I thought that I couldn't have a kid because I had went all these years without having a baby. But that's when he really wasn't trying for one. He said that he's still shocked that this is happening because he thought he didn't really have the ability to have kids. He thought Addy didn't have the ability to have kids because they had been trying for a while. I know, like, months ago, I think it was like over the summer when they were really trying heavily, or towards the beginning of the summer. He said he is still trying to let it all sink in. He said it's just all so surreal, and it's taking him a minute to come to terms with it because in the past he's had several ex-girlfriends come to him claiming that they're pregnant with his child, but he said every single time none of them had like any proof, like they didn't take the pregnancy test in front of him. And it's typically like when him and his girlfriends were fighting at the time and, you know, on the verge of breaking up, and then they would suddenly drop the bombshell, ooh, I'm pregnant, and then come to find out either they weren't pregnant with his kid or they weren't pregnant at all, or they claimed they ended up losing the baby. And he did say that he really doesn't have any regrets about getting with Addy. He said the only regret that he does have is choosing to bring her on his OF, because he said he knows what that looks like. Here she is, like a ripe 18-year-old, and he's getting her into the business like that. But he said that she's an adult at the end of the day. That's something she wanted to do, and he couldn't stop her from doing it. And he said at this point she's making more money than he is off of it. Then Addy posted a picture of her and Daonte and her 5-minute-old pregnant belly, and she said, in her mom and dad era, we can't wait to meet you. I wonder if they're gonna have a boy or girl. I'm gonna predict it now. I bet they end up having a girl, and that baby's gonna come out looking just like Daonte, or like Daonte's mom. But that is it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.